not limited to, would be revealed to you in the William Lynch letter along the James River, when they talked about using the mental warfares of turning the men against the women, the young against the old, distorting the family. But there's more to that. It also had to do with the psychology and the knowledge of how to distress the womb and how to make a slave. By stressing the womb of the woman and controlling the womb, then you control the nation. The problem is that they cannot deport us from anywhere. No matter what what negatives come about due to the social corruption here, they cannot deport us. So they have to continue to build jails. Do you understand? I want to make another point. This is Brother Noah. Get a 3 flag stand later, and you put the flag, the amity flag there. That's the Stars and Stripes. Now, what most people don't know is that this continental flag is the flag of the United States. The Stars and Stripes is our agreement for commerce. Yes, what they did is buried this and then told you the Stars and Stripes was the national flag. The Stars and Stripes is not the flag of any natal people. It does not identify with any bloodline whatsoever. It is a flag that came out of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787, which was a culmination before the Articles of Confederation and the adoption of the Constitution, when we decided to stop this silliness, meaning wise men decided to stop the pendulum. Because the wars between the Moors and the Roman nations have been stagnating civilization. Meaning it's no different than the position that we're in now with all the lies that have been told amongst government, and they're caught in a catch-22. They're going to create all-out war, a whole global war, or they're going to tell the truth. They're trying not to tell the truth. If they don't tell the truth, you're going to have chaos on this planet like you've never seen it. Do you understand? You're right. And it's going to be because of a lie. It's already started. Yes, but it's going to be because of a lie. That's right. The lie is being exposed. Yes. Now that's where we are. That's where the problem is. And the problem that you have is that you have Asiatics and Europeans that have been set up in the political arena being in 2 different camps. But in fact, you actually have, in the real truth history, you have Asiatics and Europeans who agreed to this structure. And then you had Europeans who were undermining it. So this is where your matrix is. So whenever you have an issue before any court and you want to argue an issue, no matter what it is, and this is where people get trapped. Now I'm going to ask you, little sister, Princess. Princess. You ever heard the name or the word America, Americans? Are you familiar with it? You hear it a lot, don't you? Now we're going to run through a test. I'm going to show you something. This is a real key that you can use in law, etc. Whenever somebody's trying to trap you. Look how subtle it is. What do you know about that word, that name? You can talk a little louder, honey, because right now you're the teacher.
I know that people that live in America are Americans. I know that people that live in America are Americans.
All right, where's America? Geographically located. All right, let's look at this. You see here, Falkland Islands, huh? Yes. You see the tip of Argentina, Chile, huh?
Yes.
It's Argentina, Chile, right?
Yes.
You see up here, Alaska?
Yes.
Huh? You see up here, part of Greenland up here, just up here, just below Greenland?
Yes.
Or next to it? Huh?
Yes.
Latitudinally, coming down here. You see these islands here?
Yes.
You see down here one of our old sacred places, Easter Island?
Yes.
That's America. Central, north, south. Tell me who's the American president?
George Bush.
Oh, he's the president of Brazil? Because that's the United States. You know that's the United States of America, don't you? Because it is. You know El Salvador is the United States of America. Did you know that?
No.
Mexico is the United States of America. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That's because they cheated you in school. They did a deliberate dumb down so that you wouldn't understand that United States is a generic term. That's just like me saying woman or girl. So if I say woman or girl, am I addressing anyone specifically? You can answer, but you don't have to, do you? But if you assume that you're the only woman in here, you'll say that loosely, would never even give it a second thought, wouldn't you? Then all they need to do is create a fraudulent jurisdiction that's assumed and you don't challenge it, then they take you in it, and they have no authority whatsoever. There's no such thing as the American president. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as the American flag. It doesn't exist. There is a such thing as American presidents and American flags that come from here on up, and all across all these islands. So when somebody comes before you and starts talking law and starts talking like he has a jurisdiction over matter, the first thing you're supposed to ask him, oh, I have no problem. Where's your nationality card? That's for one. Then your certificate, delegation of authority order, that proves the jurisdiction of whichever America you're talking about and whatever constitutional government you are aligned with. Then we can start talking the subject matter. Maybe, if I feel like it. Because you haven't even proven jurisdiction, you haven't even proven who you are. What happens is we keep on assuming people have jurisdiction because they can say, you know, sis, I'm the agent of the left-hand side of the Bibelfetzer Incorporated. Where's your $5 from that bill I sent you? And you start saying, oh man, I didn't get my second job, and you start talking the subject, you start talking the jurisdiction. You give the jurisdiction because you haven't recognized that I didn't even establish it. Meaning that no one has authority in civilization or in government unless verified by the sovereignty of the people. Governments are established to protect, do you understand? And preserve and secure the existing, pre-existing rights of people. That's called inalienable rights and is more relative to what birthrights are. Do you understand, sister? I know not immediately, but I started off with you being involved because you need to recognize, and that is us plurally, that when somebody starts throwing that American loose to you, and the United States court, and the United States this, they can be talking about this, they can talk about this, and if they don't have any allegiance to that Constitution, they haven't set it up, they didn't prove anything to you. They can have you in some pirate court, and you don't even know it. And you agreed to it because you allowed the jurisdiction because you didn't challenge who they are in the first place. So there's a set of questions. Whenever you have an issue of controversy, particularly if they put you in a position where you have to defend yourself, remember at all times, one of the things that really got a lot of the secret societies upset and government upset, that really kind of broke the back of this thing that started this whole cycle in early 1900s when New Abdul started the Moorish Divine National Movement, and one of the first things he did was start issuing the indigenous people their nationality cards. That began a cycle that they didn't understand at the moment. But what it begins to establish is the true jurisdiction or true sovereign of the land. But if it's not used properly, you can't understand it. Do you understand? Meaning that, like right now, say me and you, Griswold, say, man, oh, we finished now, let's go have some lunch, man. They got some nice kelp sandwiches back there and nice vegetable stuff, and so we're going to go, let's go to Russia right now. So now we're going to go to Russia. We jumped in Russia, and we're going to start talking trash. Well, the Russian Constitution says you can't do this and you can't do that. First thing they want to argue is, we don't have a problem either way or the other. Where's your nationality card? That gives you any authority to even argue law here. Now, if you're dealing with an issue of controversy between more than one state, etc., we can deal in consular court or court of general sessions or some international court, but you can't.